Attention, the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
All right, happy motherfucking Friday. So we are here with Matt from Reform and Ruin. How you doing, man?
Good. Happy to be here.
Excellent. So we like to play a little game on this show from time to time.
To time. About all the time. We always playing games.
We are. So we will throw some musical questions in here and there, but we'll ask you to basically come up with a number between 1 and 47. You pick that number, you don't know what question you're going to get. It could be anything. It could be band related. It could be just off the wall fucking bullshit. One of the two, because one of the things that we do like to do is kind of humanize the band a little bit and let people kind of know things that you guys like outside of what you are outside of the band, as well as the music itself.
Sounds good.
So we're going to kick the door in and just go ahead and let you pick a number right off the fucking bat.
Let's go with 8.
Number 8.
Yeah.
If you had a superpower, when you are on stage, what would your superpower be? And would you have a cape?
A superpower on stage.
Yeah, like any superpower on stage.
You got to put some thought into this one.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like super strength don't really help you on stage. Flying would probably be, flying would probably be the one that give you the most stage presence, I guess.
Theatrical.
That or like some lasers or something. But yeah, I would just say flying. That's probably like that go-to that I've had since a kid, watching Superman, Dragon Ball, all that stuff.
Yeah, you do the little fucking like Superman landing in the middle of the fucking pit, fly back out, and get back on stage.
Just stomp on people's heads. Yeah, there you go.
Just walk right over them. You wouldn't have to surf. Just
I've seen some fucking vocalists like stomp on people, just like run across people out into the fucking pit. I seen Rob Zombie do it one year at Welcome to Rockville. So it's possible, but that's a little tiny dude. He's a lot smaller than I thought he was.
Yeah. His hair makes him seem bigger than what he is. That's for sure.
I know. Like I seen him, he came right up next to me, and I'm like, man, he's kind of a little guy. All right. He looks way bigger on stage. All right, roll it. What's your next number?
Let's go 13.
Number 13 is going to be, if you had an unlimited budget, what kind of music video would you make? So you can go anywhere, put anything in it. You can even make the shit up if you need to.
Gotcha. So we have a song called Infected. I know it. And it's a song that I've taken from my old bands. We're just like, hey, do it, revamp a little bit and bring it back up. But I've had a vision in my head, just don't have the budget to do it. But
Right.
it's a zombie song, so the whole thing, zombies chasing, and the end of it, like we all turn and stuff. So I got like in my head train cars, like we're performing in a train car, we're on them or something like that.
Jump into some like acid and you're right.
Yeah, all sorts of there's the whole zombie trope stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh, the person's bit, but he rolls his sleeve down so you don't see it. Like just
Dun,
just the ode to the zombie movies, and that's what that whole song is.
You could
Yeah.
you could probably work a shit budget and do it like based off of like the old Trauma. I mean, look what Trauma
Yeah.
did for fucking years of like almost no budget at all, and still did some pretty crazy shit with like hardly any budget.
Yeah,
So,
just got to get the right people, and I don't know a damn thing about cinematography, So
I'll be a zombie.
I actually
yeah.
know. I actually know guys that are close to your area that could probably help you out with some shit.
maybe we'll think about it. But
That'd be cool.
yeah, it's one of those like it's so old too. Like, do I want to put the damn time into it?
Right,
But
right.
No money, no time, no issue. Yeah, boom.
So throwing a musical question at you, what is that one defining moment that you decided that you want to be a musician? Was it a music video, a band? Like, I know most of us are probably close to our 40s or in our 40s, so we're MTV kids. I know for me, it was MTV and seeing Motorhead's Ace of Spades for the first time. Like, everybody's got that defining moment that they're like,
Right.
that is what the fuck I want to do.
So, like, for me, it was probably MTV. I think it was Slipknot's Wait and Bleed video, them in the forest and the headbanging. He had the dread mask and stuff. It looked sick. Like it was an emotional thing, and it was in a turning point for me. And I'm sure that's that's a lot of people. It's the same thing for music. Like it saves people. Like that's a big thing for me, and it saved me at that point where it's like, hey, I'm into that. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the name of the service. It was that CD purchasing service. You get like 15 free. You just pay shipping.
That was Columbia House.
Oh, like,
yeah.
Columbia
I
House.
remember that.
Dude, I was like, hey mom, could I get some CDs? She didn't know what she was doing, and she'd write a check for it, and I gave her cash, and CDs came in the mail, and I made lists of what I found on frickin' MTV with that stuff.
I think it was like you bought one and you got like 3 or 4 for free. Because I actually still remember the first.
Yeah.
I still remember. I don't remember the orders after that, but I remember my first order, and the first one I bought was the Demon Knight soundtrack. Because I watched Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight, and I fell in love with that song, Hey Man, Nice Shot by fucking Filter.
Yeah, man.
I had to have that damn shit. And I think other than that, it was the Offspring, Pantera, which I got Pantera because of Demon Knight, because Cemetery Gates was on that Demon Knight sound.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And it was the Metallica's Black album. And then it was Marilyn Manson, Smells Like Children. So I still remember that shit. All right, pick you a number.
Okay, let's see here. Between what was the top number again?
47.
47. Okay, let's go 45. Let's go deep in the list.
45. What is something that is on your bucket list?
Bucket list item. Jeez.
Like, you want to jump out of an airplane?
Yeah.
Go swimming with some sharks. I would love to go.
I've already done that.
Really? Where'd you go? What? Was it fun?
It was Pensacola, Florida. Scuba diving. There was a shark. His name like Steve or Jeff or something like that. It was off of there's a sunken ship, USS Massachusetts. I was able
Okay.
to do. It was my first ocean dive, and we were able to go there because the currents were great at that day or something. Because tropical storm came through or something. It wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, it would really be going on tour with one of the like instrumental bands that helped get me into music and save me, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so I've already brought up Slipknot and stuff, but like, Opeth, Machine Head, Dry Kill Logic, um, even Bury Your Dead, Whitechapel, one of those like big ones that were instrumental at like grabbing my attention. And what is this? It's for me. I feel better after getting.
Yeah, see, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you on Whitechapel because like I was already listening to some pretty heavy music, and I know what turned me into getting into the heavier stuff because I grew up on like Iron Maiden, Megadeth, like a lot of us did that are in our 40s. But mine was getting my hands on fucking I heard Cold Chamber for the first time on Dee Snider's Strangeland. And I loved Cold Chamber, and then it just got out of control. And then I finally discovered Whitechapel by fucking accident. It was a damn show. One of my friends' bands was opening for them in Jacksonville. And I went and seen them, and I was like, holy shit, there's this little skinny, scrawny ass dude that's just like this fucking beast. And they came out with so much fucking energy, and it got me so hype. And I was like, I want to play that shit.
I want that.
Now I got to relearn everything that I've learned how to play and redo everything all over from scratch. So that goes that question. So I guess I'm gonna ask. I usually do ask that question of who you tour with. So now there is a flip side to that question. Who would you tour with outside of your genre? Cannot be in your genre. Yeah, outside of your genre.
So, yeah, that's a little bit. So, all right. So, genre, that's a really hard thing because it's being blurred every damn day.
Oh, I know.
So,
we know.
Like we're saying, hey, my genre is what? Metalcore? If we're going
let's go metal. Let's just go metal in general. So it's going to be
outside of metal. Like music I would enjoy and I would be able to appreciate every night.
Yeah.
So, I mean, would you consider rock? Would like a rock band? That's a little close,
Yeah.
Hell, I never really even thought about that. That's difficult for me. You know what?
Mine changes.
I'm gonna give the fun answer is Gorillaz.
Okay.
So like one for our music. We like groove and stuff. Right. And the first few Gorillaz albums, like I can still just turn it on right now and just chill out and listen. It's just groove, chill out music. It'd be fun. I don't know if anybody would come to see us, but I'd be able to see them every night.
True. Hey, that's
don't matter.
About.
Yeah.
All it's about. I actually like the mixed genre stuff. Like I've actually kind of liked how the festivals have been going and mixing in some other stuff like the hip hop and rap. See Tech Nine that's been getting involved with a lot with the heavy metal scene now, and now you're seeing ICP bringing in metal bands to their Gathering of the Juggalos. I know Static X just played it, and Dying Oath, and the Convalescence, and guys like that. Which shout out to Keith from Convalescence. He was on with us last night. So I think it's cool. I think it's neat, So I would have never known who Tech Nine was if I hadn't went to fucking Welcome to Rockville and seen him and Yellow Wolf and Jelly Roll. So, and I like all three of them. So I think it's cool. All right, go ahead and throw you out another number.
Let's go 37.
37. The worst advice you have ever gotten.
Worst advice. Worst advice.
Like I know
Yes.
some for Jags's, and that's don't eat gas station sushi.
But we're not even going there.
Oh yeah. I mean, hell, actually, I'll bring that up because this is probably the worst experience we had on the road. So we'll say it was advice. Say, hey, while we're here, it was like Lawton, Oklahoma, I think it was.
Okay.
Previous band. Hey, where can we go to eat? What's good here? What is you're like, hey, we must have, it's a few
Yeah.
hours before the show. What can we oh, we got to go to this place. And it was like some like Carlaritos or something like that. You got to have their bean burritos. They're like the best. Like, yeah, we could do bean burritos. That shouldn't be. It was a gas station.
Yeah.
Straight up gas station. Worst burritos I've ever had. It was a really bad day. So that was probably the end of it. Because then all of us were just like at the concert. We did our thing. But afterwards, we're like, man, we are not going to stay far away from the bathrooms because it was a rough time. So, yeah,
I'll
probably
Don't
the
share.
worst
eat
one.
burritos. Got it.
I've actually shared this on the show a couple of times, and I'll do it again just because it's fucking hilarious. We had a blowout on our trailer, and I was the only one that knew how to fix put a fucking spare tire on. Nobody knew how to change a flat tire except for me. So everybody was starving. They're like, we're going to go in and get some stuff and we're going to get food. Now I'm sitting there thinking they're going to go because it was like in a little thing where there's a gas station and there's plenty of little restaurants that are all around it within, 2 seconds of walking. So they brought the food back. Didn't think nothing of it. They bust out sushi. Like, cool. I like sushi. Fucking, we all are eating this damn sushi. Next thing I know, we're at the hotel. One's on the toilet, one's shitting in the sink, one's shitting in the shower, and one's out there shitting in a flower pot on the fucking balcony.
Oof.
And then
Go, you can-
for the show, it's bad. It's really bad. And fucking one of them's like, I guess we shouldn't eat that gas station sushi. I'm like, motherfucker, are you kidding me? What the hell did you eat? Fucking sushi from a goddamn gas station. Well, it was cheap. I'm like,
Yeah, we know.
There's reason for that. Yep.
with the fucking burritos on the hot rack than that.
Yeah.
You've lost your goddamn mind.
At least those burritos would be cooked, maybe just stale, but they probably ain't gonna do that much.
Right. So on touring or show disasters, what is the absolute worst thing that's ever happened to you on stage?
Gotcha. So me and my guitar player from Garden City, Kansas. There was a small, used to be a bigger stage or a bigger concert area. They called it the Pond. Had this wooden stage, whatever. So we decided, hey, we're going to bring back the Pond. I did organization. We got a big show going and everything. My band headlined it. Bass player just got into drinking, so of course he had a super huge freaking Das Boot up thing
Ready.
full of whatever sort of liquor he could get. I think it was actually at that point it was Jaeger bombs, but it wasn't like a single. It was like a triple Jaeger bomb in that thing. The guy was passed out and had to sleep for hours before we even got on. We get on the stage. We're doing our thing. The power goes out. They get it back on. We start going again. The lights are dead, so it's just straight like the white overhead lights or the halogens.
Yeah, just regular.
Then we're going through it all, and I was pissed, and I got really into stuff, and I end up like cramping or pulling up my diaphragm or something, and so like every breath hurt, and it was end up forgetting lyrics for one of the songs. The
bad day all
drummer
around.
was shit faced too, so it was a rough day. And our bass player, who happened to stay vertical and was good for the first two songs, drank cranberry and vodka right off the rip at the beginning of the set, and was puking off the stage in the middle of songs too. That was probably the worst experience had on.
Yeah. That sounds pretty tough.
see, that's why I always have this rule. There's no drinking until showtime. And once showtime hits, it's beer only. Like that's it. You ain't getting nothing else. There ain't no damn liquor. No, and I like my liquor. I'm a bourbon guy. I like my bourbon, but
Yeah.
hell no. Because once you start sweating and you're hot as fuck, you're gonna drink whatever fucking liquid. You're gonna down that shit fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when you're downing fucking liquor that fast, the hell you think's gonna happen?
Oh yeah. Our
Oh.
drummer, big black guy. Like it was when he started going, there was no stopping him. So he ended up getting pretty irate when he drank the heavy liquors. So
Right.
it was stuff wasn't going right and stuff started flying occasionally. So
All
yeah.
right. So swing out another number.
Let's go with 21.
21 is going to be all right. If you being a fan, what is the best memorabilia that you would want from another band?
The best memorabilia. I like set lists. I like the set lists. I know they're like it's
cool.
the same one across a lot of cities. Some of them change it up. But hey, that one
Yeah.
was on stage. Hey, they looked at it. You know,
Yeah.
I like set lists.
Okay.
I think the first one I got was I'm wanting to say it was like Flyleaf or something like that because I went to the Family Values tour and it
Okay.
was like they threw it out and I'm never got super big into them. I listened to them here or there, but got the set list and they threw it out and like somebody like caught it and stuff. And they're like, cool. Wait, who's this for? Oh, it's Flyleaf. Okay, whatever. Here, do you want it? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, and I started, just making little piles of it. But yeah, I like set lists.
Yeah. It's a good one.
That's not a bad one. All right, throw you out another number.
Let's do 27.
27 is going to be what kind of music were you exposed to as a child?
It was mostly pretty much only country music.
Country?
So
Same
I
here.
Yep. And so I don't listen to it at all anymore. My wife listens to like one country song and I will tolerate it to a point, but I give her a look and she usually, when it comes on now, she'll change it for me. I can't
It's
do
not
it anymore.
your
I'm not about it. I don't vibe with me.
Yeah.
See, it doesn't me either. And like I was forced to listen to it. And like it drove me fucking bananas. I hated it. And where I was actually born and raised not far from you. I was born and raised in Oklahoma City. And it was not fun. I fucking hated it and could not stand it. And I just was like, fuck this shit. And now to this day, the closest thing to country I could listen to, and I actually don't mind him because he does kind of tie in like hard rock riffs and stuff, is that new guy Hardy. I could deal with him, but that's as country, and that's as close to country as I can fucking withstand.
Right. Yep.
Well, I'll be the oddball. I like country.
I already know you like your bullshit country. I know.
And you know what? Everybody can have their own opinions, even if they're
Yeah, I like all kinds of music. So
yeah. I'm not. My wife, she'll listen to some stuff. She don't listen to much country, but there's like one song that just, for some reason, it hits her in the right spot or whatever.
my playlist is all over the place. Like I'm up and down and all around with those things. So
No.
yeah, I know how you are.
No, I'm gonna sit out on that one.
I know.
All right, so you as an artist, who would you say is your biggest musical inspiration?
So I'm a person, and I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. I don't pick favorites. I'm not that person. I like this group. I set this
Yeah.
because I don't like making the list.
The list.
Because if I say, hey, this is my favorite, it's like, no, but that day I did not want to. So
Mhm.
it just messes with me. You know, it could be an autism thing, it could be like whatever, OCD or something, you know, whatever it may be. So, you know, right off the rip, me getting into heavy music, the emotion behind Corey Taylor just hit it for me, like right off the rip was like that was for me, and a lot of my vocal style and what I wanted to do was, it was loud, it was mean, but it was clear, you can understand it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then later on I got into Opeth, and it's Michael, right? That's it, I think, the vocalist.
Yeah.
His growls are so clear, clean, and then he can transition into that singing. And then that was a big turning point for me with music too, where it's just like, hey, like we have all this pounding stuff, but we can bring in the melody and it'll still feel heavy. And
Right.
so like vocally for me, that was, those two kind of would be my top dogs when it comes.
Yeah, see, I've been asked that question before, and I always like to ask it because you never know what you're really going to get. Because, like, I've actually met musicians and even big musicians that told me stuff that wasn't even metal. Like, I've heard blues and jazz bands, I've heard like BB King and all that stuff, and it's been asked for the same thing to me. They're like, you know, you play some pretty extreme music, and I'm like, yeah, but as a bass player, like my biggest would actually, there's one band that hits my head every single time, and it's Tool.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is about that dude's bass playing, but I love it. I love the way that it sounds. I love that band. I know there's so many people in the metal world, they're like, oh, fuck Tool. It takes them 10 years to write an album. And I'm like, but listen to it. How long you think it took them forever to learn that shit?
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a rhyme and reason to it. All right, what's your next number?
Let's just do number one.
Number one. If you could play a different type of music, what would it be? So you can't be playing no rock, no heavy metal, none of that. You're gonna play your favorite country, aren't you? No, you are.
No.
He's like, hell no.
If I had to, so it'd be ska.
Okay.
Okay.
So I actually played brass instruments when I was
Okay.
younger. I played trumpet, and then I switched to a baritone trumpet. So it was kind of almost like a tuba, but it was still the vowels and stuff. But the movements and the grooves with ska, like I still listen to ska occasionally.
Yeah.
It'd probably be ska.
There's I don't know if they would be really technically ska. I mean, I've been kind of into some of the bands that were like borderline with it. Like, of course, I was a big fan of like Sublime and No Doubt, but I was a huge fan whenever I was a kid of the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. I fucking loved them.
Like, I got a 13-year-old kid, and when he was, I think, 10 or 11, he had some school project thing, and it was like, name a band that you like the song, and he named Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. I was just like, yeah, kid, like he understands the groove of it and everything, and now he's like into that electronic, like straight up.
Yeah, I love them. The very first time, and of course, I was subjected to them from MTV, and I can't remember the name of the damn song, but I remember the video like it was fucking.
That I get. That was
yes. Yes, that's it. That's it.
I love my Boss.
Yeah, I heard that, and I still remember the damn video, and I was just like, this is fucking cool. I can get behind this shit.
It grooves, man. It grooves.
Yeah, I was like, all right,
it's a good time. And if you're blasting ska music, there isn't anybody that can look at you and be like, you're like, that's the devil's music, you know, or nothing. It's like, you know, we get that all the time, but like, you look at that, it's just like, no, I get it. That's groovy. Hell yeah, you know?
Right.
I don't know anybody that's just like, man, I hate ska. You know,
Haven't.
You're right. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that either.
straight
To
up.
be honest, I haven't either. Like I've heard people. Obviously, you hear people all the time that metal's terrible, metal's the satanic, metal's this, metal's that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I've heard a lot of people trash on like punk rock and shit like that. And I'm not a big purveyor of punk rock. I know a little bit about it. We've had a few decent, pretty good punk bands that have been on here with us that I've started like listening to some of the older stuff and understanding it. But I've I've never heard anybody ever say they don't like fucking ska.
I think what are we need another resurgence of ska. I think it's just
Yeah.
feel good music. You know, me being I love playing metal. I absolutely love playing metal, but I do when I'm like in that mood where I'm just, you know, I don't need to be pulled out of my dark place. I don't need to be held up. You know, I don't need to feel strong. I just want to chill and groove. Ska
Yeah.
just it's it.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, very quick, and we'll be right back. That was fast as hell. All right, so next month, Hellfire Radio will be coming out. All you bands you want airplay, send your stuff to Hellfire Entertainment Media at gmail.com. Please send us a high quality MP3. For God's sakes, don't send us a recording off your cell phone. That has happened. We're not going to play it. Just letting you know now, we're not going to play it.
Oh man, my
yeah.
demo. Come on, man.
If you want to build a vacation, you want to go on a cruise, you want to go on a cool ass vacation, hit up Southern Oasis Travel. Go hit up Mr. Steve. He will hit you up. Just let him know that Hellfire Entertainment or Sound Injection sent you. Anyways, moving on. Go ahead and throw out your next number.
All right, let's go with 10.
Number 10. If you can put on a nonprofit organization or nonprofit concert for any organization, which one would you do it for?
Already does.
Oh yeah,
I know, but so, do another one and let's talk about it.
So a different one that I don't do. Okay.
Yes, do both. We'll do both.
Well, yeah. Well, you know what? I'll talk about one I do, and then we'll just say the other one. So, I put on a toy drive concert every year called Merry Mayhem. Host it in Salina, Kansas. So I get a bunch of toys for underprivileged children. So I'm actually right now in the process of trying to secure another venue because shit happens. I used a new venue last year because the other venue ended up closing their doors on concerts and stuff.
Yeah.
And they didn't supply proper power and it was overpriced and it's a fire hazard if we had it there.
Yeah, you got to change
now. So, but yeah, I do that. Last year I raised about $4,800 worth of toys for the local kids in need. Just bring that number up every single year. So
that's awesome.
So yeah, if I was going to do another concert for something, it'd probably be like the Prevent Cancer Foundation. You know,
okay.
I've had a lot of family members and friends and stuff that actually have gone through, cancer treatments and have lost plenty to it as well. So they usually do pretty good stuff there at the Prevent Cancer Foundation. So that'd probably be my go-to.
All right, cool.
And all
That's-
these organizations are good organizations, and I love talking about them because, gives them a little shout out to all of them because I would love to help them all. I wish I could help them all.
Absolutely, yeah.
to do one here, but they won't fucking let me. Every time I try to do a show here locally, I get shut down before it ever fucking happens
That's just rude.
because they don't like metal music here. There's no fucking scene. It sucks, but it is what it is. All right, so moving on. If you could play any festival, any of them, which one would it be and why?
It would probably be Download, and that's mainly because
Different
with
answer.
with Download, Download's the one that like I seen online, and it just seemed like that's crazy.
Right.
That's like Metallica numbers of people there
Right.
for all these guys. Like that's awesome, and you got this good recording of it. With it being, the whole streaming process and all that stuff that they do, the production of the whole thing. I would love to have that. I think that
You're the first one to give me a different answer because every single band that we've asked that has given us the same fucking answer every time. And it's always been Vakken every single time. And I'm like, but what about Download? Or one of the big ones that's over here in the US, like
right?
Welcome to
Yeah.
Rockville or, Louder Than Life or, Aftershock or, one of those. But I'm glad you said Download because that's actually a cool ass show. And they stream like all the performances because I don't know how many times I've sit on YouTube for hours watching damn Download performances.
That's the reason why. Like, because if you perform it and you got that good video, they do their whole stuff that they have that performance is not just lost for those people there. And once it's done. You have that, and you can go back to it and be like, "Hey, you remember that Download performance?"
Yeah.
Right. See, I mean, Download, they've even got like fucking drones and shit. You get like aerial fucking views and views from like every damn fucking which way. And I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers, they went all out. Like, they got damn drones, they got cameras on towers, they got all kinds of shit. You're seeing from every damn view possible.
Absolutely.
But
It'd be hard to see that also.
I know. And like the only thing that I would say that I keep waiting on somebody to say is like going back in time. And this festival and this particular year was like infamous, if y'all remember. And I see his wheels turning. It's fucking Woodstock 99. When all hell broke loose.
Yep.
And I can't, who was it that was on stage when I think it was either Metallica or Korn. I can't remember which one it was that was on stage when all fucking hell broke loose and they tore that place apart.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I know there was one, but it was either like Metallica, Korn, or Limp Bizkit. It was one of the three, and I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of them that like all hell broke loose. They had to shut everything down. They were destroying shit, setting shit on fire. But just to kind of like be there and see that like chaos. See, somebody said it was Korn. Yeah, see, I knew it was one of those three. I just couldn't remember exactly which one it was. And I have seen Korn live. That's downright one of the coolest fucking shows I've ever seen live is fucking Korn because they are intense. They are so intense. All right, throw out your next number.
Let's go 30.
Number 30. 30 is going to be Harley Quinn versus Poison Ivy. Which one are you going for?
I'm not a fan of the Stockholm Syndrome.
Okay.
Probably go with Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. I mean, for me, they're both hard. I mean, I'm a Batman lover, so I love my Batman, but they're both equally.
Nah, you got to go for the ginger.
Are you coming on to me, man? Because if you are, like,
I like gingers. I can't help. It's all good. All right, so that was that was a good one, Mojo.
Yeah. Oh,
That was a good
we
one.
got a mixed crowd.
I
Yeah.
know. I see that. We got quite a
It
few.
also kind of depends too, because there's different series. Like what part of
Yeah,
Harley
that's
Quinn,
true.
Poison Ivy.
Are we really gonna tear apart Batman like that?
No, we not,
No,
because I don't like doing that.
I don't think we got time
We're
for
gonna
that.
be here
No,
for
we
the
be
next
here all night.
10 hours.
I know, we'll be here all night. Nope.
You can't get a comic book fan like me to. I'll pick that shit apart forever. All right, what's your next number?
Let's go with 7.
Bucket number 7. Do you think artwork on albums are important?
To a point. I think it's more of the uniqueness, being able to point it out in the group of albums to me. You see that one, and at a glance, hey, I know that, I know this one's, self-titled Slipknot. I know this one's The Blackening from Machine Head. Looking at it at a glance, I like to see that. There's a few albums like, I can't remember. There's a Cannibal Corpse album, and it looks at a glance, if you just pick it up and then put it down, and you pick up Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, pick it up and put it down, they're the exact same. And to me, I think it should be a little bit unique, and that's just mainly a color scheme and stuff. Probably, it's me, but I like having that uniqueness, or at least unique for your own discography. It's that's
tell a story.
Me. But then you got the super simple ones too. Like, hey, it's your band logo and it's just white, and then boom, that's it. It's no nonsense, and this is what you put out. I respect that too.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Metallica Black album.
Yep.
I mean, it was just fucking black. Had their logo down at the bottom. That was it. And I think there was like a little weird off black imprint of like a snake or something at the fucking bottom. And that was it. That's all there was. But like from a marketing standpoint, I see where a lot of bands try to make this like super elaborate cover. And when I was a kid, I used to see covers be like, oh, that's a badass cover. I'm just going to buy it. I've never even fucking listened to the band before. And there's been times where I took it home and it blew my mind. I was like, fuck yeah, this band is awesome. And then I've been like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Nope, this ain't my bag. I don't like this. This sucks. Great album cover, but as far as it goes, like I'm already over it. Does anybody want this? Because I could care less.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a flip side to it, like he was saying. It's.
I get it all. I see both sides of it. To me, I want to just make sure it's unique to us and unique in the the spread of albums you look at. Lay them all out. You see, boom, hey, I know it.
So I got a fun one for you. If you could play any venue in the U.S., what venue would it be, and who are you playing with?
Huh. So, gosh, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the name of it. I'm really bad with names. And I had COVID a few weeks ago, so I still got a little bit of brain fog going on. So recalling some stuff. I think just one of the big stadium, I can't, where a lot of the times they'll have the bands in the middle and you'll have your fans around.
Gotcha.
So you do a surround, you know.
Yeah,
I love doing crowd work. I love doing crowd work. So something like that, I think that would be awesome to do.
Okay.
Who I would play with? Ooh. I've been really into Fit for Autopsy lately.
Okay.
And that, I think,
like
that sort of venue, I would love to see what they did in that sort of atmosphere.
I mean, I've knew who they were, but I just started listening to them over the last like 3 months.
It's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it is. It really is. That was a good one. I always wanted to play the Whiskey a Go Go.
Yeah.
Just because of the massive like heavy metal history and like almost every big band that you can ever fucking imagine has played that stage at some point in their career.
Was the CBGB?
Yeah, that's another one. You
Like
know,
they're iconic. Those
Yeah.
are the, like everybody. You shared the stage with insert name
Sure.
here because they were there. You know, like that would be awesome.
yeah. So like some of those like Machine Shop, I think that's in like Michigan or something like that. Fucking places like that that are just like they just have this aura about them. And as a metalhead, you may not have ever been there, but you've heard of it.
Absolutely.
And it's just got that fucking history. And that's just, to me, it's fucking awesome. All right, throw you out another number.
Oh, let's go with 12.
All right, 12. If you could have a sold out concert overseas, where would you go?
Japan.
Japan?
I've seen some crazy videos of the crowds in Japan and how intense they'll get and how they just follow instructions. You know, everybody hands up. It's everybody. There ain't those like couple guys in the back like, no much.
I ain't gonna do it.
You know, we don't get that. Everybody jump. Everybody's jumping. Like the guy in a cast is freaking jumping. You know, like
Right.
that stuff looks crazy. I got into I don't know why I didn't get into them earlier, but I got into Crystal Lake recently. And they're out of Japan. Seen some of their stuff. Like that stuff looks fun. That looks like that'd be a place to go.
That would be a lot of fun. Be a beautiful area too.
Absolutely. Completely different than what we're used to here in Kansas,
Right?
Be
completely different.
Anywhere's different than Kansas.
Everywhere's different, man. I went down to Georgia for work a couple back in July, and it's a different world. Like there's freaking trees everywhere, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's my neighbor because I'm right by Georgia. I'm like 45 minutes north of Savannah, Georgia, and I live on a small little island off the coast of South Carolina. And Georgia, yeah, you get in those Georgia pines, and it's just fucking trees galore. And I like tell people, I'm like, being from the fucking Midwest and growing up there, which I moved out here when I was a teenager, so I've been here for a long time. But like in the Midwest, everything's fucking dead. It's just dead, and there's not much of fucking anything. Cows, you want to look at cows?
I've met people that didn't know that tumbleweeds were a real thing. Like straight up, yeah. Like they're a mess. They're everywhere. It's a pain in the ass.
Sometimes they're bigger than you too, so you gotta watch out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is absolutely nuts. All right, go ahead, throw out your next number.
Okay, let's do 38.
38. All right, you get asked to dance from a girl. Are you going to be two-stepping or are you going to be twerking?
I don't think I have the right
You don't have enough ass.
the right anatomy. Yeah. But damn it, I'll fucking try. I mean, now that's the thing. Are we talking the two-step hardcore? Because I mean, I could do that a little.
Oh yeah, there is that shit.
There we go. Like hell,
Man, you got creative with
man.
it,
We're
so
already
I'll give it.
golden. We're good. I don't have to. But the thing is, it's a joke I do to people. With like they're sitting there at the concert. They're just chilling out, and they're just kind of like zoning out. I'll usually just stand in front of them and just do the like from Bob's Burgers, the girl, I don't remember her name, her little twerk dance thing. I'll do that.
Oh yeah.
before concert and everything. Like, what the hell's going on?
That's fucking hilarious. So, if you had a choice, and this is real life, and you're locked into a house with a horror movie character, who would you be locked in that house with, and why?
So I'm locked in with the horror movie character.
Yes.
Ooh,
So
that's a
obviously,
good
you're probably going to want to pick somebody that you got a high chance of survival.
See, that's with the assumption that I'm willing to survive.
Oh,
True.
that's true.
Sorry, I got a little dark humor.
I guess if you want to get killed,
Gonna be
Like, who
turning
would make
into
it
a
the
zombie.
list
That's what's
most
going on.
most efficient? You know.
I mean, that's a smart.
What was
move.
the ring? The ring.
Oh, that
chick?
creepy chick.
oh
It's gotta have 7 days. I mean, I got 7 days to do whatever I want. You know.
Yeah, that's
There you go.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. If it's gonna happen, I mean, whatever. Might as well.
That's well fun.
well, I mean, I think it's like as long as you don't look at her, it's like Medusa.
Oh
As long
yeah.
Look at her.
We're
Watch
gonna-
the-
We're gonna show somebody else the tape, right?
Yeah. You gotta show somebody
Pass
else.
it
the
along.
tape. Yeah. So just go to the
I'll
neighbor.
put it on YouTube. Golden.
Yeah, something that says "Watch me now."
He's about to pass that shit on to like 1 million people.
Yep. Be the only one standing. See, zombie. Exactly. I got him now.
You thought COVID was bad. You ain't seen shit yet.
Now we know.
Holy shit, Matt. God damn. All right.
I
there you have
mean,
the number.
maybe we make it private and post it in forum.
Shit. All right. What number you got?
Let's do 47's the max. So let's go ahead and do
Yeah.
47.
Number 47. What helps you wind down after a concert? I mean, having all that energy, and I mean, you got to be tired, one, but you know, when you come home and you're just like,
So generally, after every single concert, me and the guitarist Travis will usually talk through everything, just chill out. Hey, this is what went. Yeah, and we'll have our little, BS thing. But Travis is Travis. When I first got into like playing heavy music,
Yeah.
He was the first bandmate I got, and
okay.
been in, he's been pretty much my go-to guy. So we're good friends and everything. So me and Travis, we kind of chill out. We'll talk and all that. And most of the time it'll be, we'll talk about what happened, the cool stuff that happened. Oh yeah, it was good. And we just bullshit about nothing. He's a trucker, so he'll talk about his stuff or whatever. But we just chill out and chat. And then final
sometimes
thing
that's all you
before
need.
bed, it has to be that hot shower, getting all the grime off.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
That hot shower, that's the lights out button for me.
Nice, cool room. You're out.
Absolutely.
I'm with you on that one. So, if you could give any word of advice to somebody who's brand new in music, they just started a band, they're just doing it, what piece of advice would you give them?
Fucking just go for it. Just play the music. Be bad. Have fun. Like, absolutely. Because the whole point of music isn't necessarily to like be good. It's to make the music really good. The point about music is to feeling the music, to make you or one person feel better. You playing music in general may not, you may not think you're doing very well, but somebody could hear that and be like, wow, that guy's doing great. My son's 13. He's teaching himself piano. I can't play piano. I used to play the Star Wars theme, and that was it when I was a kid. Like, straight up, he's teaching himself. He's playing Mozart. He's playing Mozart.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And it's amazing. You're going to have people that are going to be behind it and be inspired by it in one way, shape, or form. Even if you're just sitting around playing drums, farting around. Hey, it sounds like that kid's having a good time. Just do it. When I got started, it was kids in the basement. We were 14. We had a song about one of the guys dating a girl who was 13, and we called it pedophilia. Like, it was bad. Like, it was bad music. Like, straight up. Like, I have the lyrics still somewhere. Like, it you know, it's, if you say it as an adult, the stuff is like, oh, I picked her up at her junior high school or something like that was part of the lyrics. It's like, that wouldn't fly today. But if you know, hey, these are maybe like 14, 15-year-old kids, it's less of a big deal.
So different.
It was bad stuff, but we had our the vocalist for that band, because I was drumming in that. His parents were just super supportive. Just like, yeah, you guys are awesome. Do your stuff. Like, it felt good having those people behind it. And I didn't know that was actually going on. Like, I thought we were just making noise or whatever. And then just out of the blue one day, they end up saying some offhanded comment about it. And it's just doing it. Just do the thing. It's because once you hit that point, and it can make you feel better or make somebody else feel better, like, all of it's worth it. Absolutely.
Right. So now that we are at the end, where do you guys like to talk to fans? Where can they get their music? And if you have merch, where can they pick that up at?
So we're most active on Facebook, because it's the Midwest thing, I guess.
It's a new thing to do.
Yeah. So Facebook's probably the most active. We do have a website, reformandruin.com. Don't have the merch available on it yet, but we're hoping to have it here by Q2 next year. Should hopefully have a decent amount, maybe even earlier than that if everything goes according to plan. And music, all of our music's on all the major streaming services. Look up, otherwise, Reform and Ruin. You'll be able to find us. We got stuff on YouTube as well, a couple music videos.
Excellent. All right, so thank you for joining us tonight. It's been an absolute blast. For y'all, we'll be back Sunday with Dying Oath, so don't miss that. We love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Don't drink and drive. Wrap your tool. Don't do stupid shit, and be good to each other. We're out.
Thank you, guys.